Daily Broadside, day 91. I have a habit of always watching movies with Wikipedia open because I like to research where all the people are, how they died, if they're still acting, whatever. And last night I was watching The Wolfman from 1941 with Lon Chaney and a brief cameo by the master Bela Lugosi. And although weirdly cheesy by today's standards, the score is still magnificent and interesting movie for the time, even though it was made in the midst of World War II. And you got to figure, like, who went to see this? All the women when they got home from the riveting factory? Like, all the men were overseas dying and you know, engaged in war, and they're making horror movies. That's just kind of odd timing. But one of the things that I couldn't help but think about, just the age of the movie, was they've got this like Cocker Spaniel in the movie, and I did the math, and that dog died like 82 years ago. I mean, you know, more or less, and I don't know exactly. They didn't really list in Wikipedia the Cocker Spaniel's name, you know, and when he died. But anyway, moving on. I bet if you're a nest of bunnies, it's got to be a mortifying experience to get run over by a lawnmower. You know, you're just sitting there in the middle of a field, and you're newly born, and your mom brings you stuff to eat, and you're just kind of chilling with your brothers and sisters, and all of a sudden in the distance you hear like you know, and the next thing you know, you're just chipped into pieces by like a 7-gang mower or some kind of a tractor or something. That's a weird way to die, and a harrowing experience, I'm sure. I watched somebody one time eat a tamale and they didn't peel it off the husk, and I couldn't stare at those people weird enough. So, you know, in the movies they throw pebbles at the window, and it wakes people up. I'll tell you right now, you could bring in a dump truck full of pebbles and that ain't waking me up. Like, throw a rock through the window if you need my attention in the middle of the night. That's just how it is. And if you solo drink by yourself, you know, you just, because you're an alcoholic or a burgeoning alcoholic, and you just go buy a case of Busch Light and sit alone and drink, I don't care if you're George Thorogood or not, you're a loser.